The Ottoman Empire was not only a military and political powerhouse, but also a hub of commerce, culture, and international trade. At the heart of its economic vitality were the bustling markets, which reflected the empire's wealth, diversity, and global connections. Ottoman markets were filled with goods from every corner of the world, offering products from Asia, Europe, and Africa, creating a vibrant center of trade that connected merchants, travelers, and consumers across continents. These markets were more than just places of exchange. They were symbols of the empire's economic strength, cultural openness, and administrative efficiency. From the imperial capital of Istanbul to regional cities like Bursa, Edirne, Aleppo, and Cairo, bazaars formed the lifeblood of Ottoman urban life. Streets were lined with shops and stalls, each specializing in a particular trade, from spices and textiles to jewelry, ceramics, and precious metals. Silk from China, cotton from India, gold from Africa, and fine carpets from Persia could all be found within a few streets of the Grand Bazaar. Merchants from distant lands traveled to the empire to sell their goods, while local artisans produced crafts that were highly valued across the region. The sheer diversity of products reflected the empire's position at the crossroads of trade routes connecting Europe, Asia, and Africa. The organization of these markets demonstrated the sophistication of Ottoman economic administration. Guilds regulated production, quality, and pricing, ensuring fairness and maintaining standards for both local and foreign goods. Shopkeepers, artisans, and traders were often members of these guilds, which provided training, resolved disputes, and controlled access to certain trades. This system allowed the empire to manage commerce efficiently, prevent monopolies, and maintain a reputation for quality goods that attracted customers from far and wide. The combination of central oversight and local regulation created stability and prosperity, contributing to the empire's long-term economic success. Spices were among the most coveted items in Ottoman markets. Pepper, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and saffron arrived via complex trade networks connecting Europe and Asia. These spices were highly valued not only for cooking, but also for medicine, perfumery, and ceremonial uses. Their presence in Ottoman markets signaled the empire's control over crucial trade routes and its ability to integrate distant regions into a single economic system. Merchants carefully transported and stored these goods, ensuring their quality and commanding high prices that contributed to the wealth of both traders and the state. Textiles were another key feature of Ottoman markets. Silk from China, fine cottons from India, and locally produced woolens adorned the shops, catering to the diverse tastes of the population. Tailors, dyers, and weavers produced intricate designs that reflected both traditional Ottoman aesthetics and influences from other cultures. The textile trade supported urban artisans, rural producers, and international merchants alike, creating a network of economic activity that spanned continents. Fabrics were not only commodities but also status symbols, signifying wealth, power, and cultural sophistication. Jewelry, metalwork, and ceramics further exemplified the richness of Ottoman commerce. Gold and silver ornaments, intricately designed bowls and plates, and hand-painted tiles were prized possessions in both domestic and foreign markets. Artisans employed advanced techniques, often learned through apprenticeships within guilds, producing works that combined beauty with functionality. These items were sought after by elite households, travelers, and foreign dignitaries, reflecting the empire's ability to integrate art, culture, and commerce. The success of these trades demonstrated that the Ottoman economy was not only vast but also sophisticated, capable of producing goods that were valued across the known world. The empire's markets also served as centers of social interaction, cultural exchange, and political influence. Bazaars were places where people from diverse backgrounds met, negotiated, and exchanged ideas. Merchants, travelers, and local residents mingled, creating networks that facilitated both economic and cultural connections. The markets became informal centers of diplomacy, communication, and innovation, reflecting the empire's openness and adaptability. By supporting these social and economic networks, the Ottomans reinforced loyalty, facilitated governance, and maintained cohesion across a vast and diverse empire. Maritime and overland trade routes were essential to supplying these markets. The Ottomans controlled key ports along the Mediterranean, the Red Sea, and the Black Sea, ensuring safe passage for merchant ships and facilitating the movement of goods. Caravan routes through Anatolia, the Levant, and North Africa connected inland production centers with coastal markets. These routes were protected by military forces, regulated by administrative officials, and maintained with infrastructure such as bridges, caravanserais, and way stations. This integration of trade and administration allowed the empire to benefit economically while maintaining security and order. Taxation and customs duties provided additional support for the state, funding public works, military campaigns, and administrative functions. While merchants were required to pay certain taxes, the system was structured to encourage trade rather than stifle it. The state also intervened in times of shortage or crisis, stabilizing prices and ensuring the availability of essential goods. This careful management of the economy demonstrated the Ottoman Empire's ability to combine regulation with prosperity, allowing markets to flourish and contributing to the empire's long-term stability. Cultural exchange was another defining feature of Ottoman markets. As merchants from Europe, Asia, and Africa converged on Istanbul and other major cities, they brought not only goods but also ideas, technologies, and artistic influences. This exchange enriched local culture, introduced new techniques, and fostered innovation in crafts, design, and production. Ottoman society benefited from these interactions as markets became incubators for creativity, learning, and cosmopolitanism. The empire's ability to integrate diverse cultural influences was a hallmark of its economic and social strength. Even during periods of political or military challenge, Ottoman markets remained resilient. Trade adapted to shifting alliances, wars, and global changes, reflecting the flexibility and robustness of the empire's economic system. Local production complemented imported goods, ensuring that the markets could continue functioning and supporting urban life. This resilience contributed to the empire's longevity, as economic strength underpinned military power, administrative efficiency, and cultural development. In conclusion, Ottoman markets were much more than centers of commerce. They were symbols of the empire's wealth, sophistication, and global connections. Ottoman markets were filled with goods from every corner of the world, reflecting the empire's strategic position at the crossroads of continents, its administrative efficiency, and its cultural openness. Spices, textiles, jewelry, ceramics, and other commodities flowed through these vibrant marketplaces, supporting artisans, merchants, and the state alike. By combining trade, administration, and cultural exchange, the Ottoman Empire created an economic system that sustained its power for centuries and left a lasting legacy in global commerce and urban life. The bustling bazaars of Istanbul, Cairo, Aleppo, and beyond remain a testament to the empire's enduring influence, demonstrating that the strength of the Ottomans was not only in their armies or fleets, but also in their markets, their trade networks, and their ability to connect the world through commerce. Ooh,